Once Upon a Puppet is a 2.5D puzzle platformer from indie developer Flatter Than Earth. After 8 years in development, it brings a theatrical style and a puppet-themed twist to the genre. You control two characters, Drev, a wooden toy, and Nevi, a floating stagehand, who are connected by a magic string. The game runs for about 6 hours and leans into its stage-like visuals and puppet mechanics to try something different. The story starts strong with a mysterious setup. Neva is tossed into a backstage wasteland filled with broken props and forgotten puppets. He meets Drev, and the two try to break free from their magical bond, eventually getting pulled into a bigger mission to restore the king's memories. While the idea works well enough, the plot falls into familiar patterns fast. Characters are thin, the twists are obvious, and it doesn't give key moments time to breathe. The writing's decent, and the bond between the leads is handled well, but overall, the story feels more like a support act than the main feature. Gameplay is steady but predictable. You move between light platforming, pulling levers, pushing blocks, and dodging enemies that kill in one hit. If you've played games like Inside or Little Nightmares, you'll know the rhythm. The one fresh mechanic is how you control both characters at once. Left side of the controller for Drev, right for Neva. It's a nice touch that ties into the puppet theme, even if it's been done before in games like Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. The game rolls out new mechanics chapter by chapter, which keeps things interesting for a while. But that stops about 2/3 through. From there, you mostly stick with one move for the rest of the game, which gets repetitive. The platforming slowly gets harder, but the puzzles stay simple. Nothing really tests you. The game's strongest feature is how it looks and sounds. It fully commits to its stage design. Everything from the sets to the props looks like it belongs in a puppet show. Cardboard trees, wooden platforms, string-pulled machines. The characters look and move like real toys, and the animations give them personality. Even the collectibles are tied to the theme, quoting famous stage writers like Oscar Wilde. The soundtrack and sound design also do good work. Music adds charm, and sound effects like the clatter of Drev's limbs help sell the puppet angle. The lighting and art style stick with the theme from start to finish. But then there's the technical side, which drags the game down. On PS5, the frame rate dips often. It's not unplayable, but it's noticeable, and it breaks the flow. There are also some visual bugs. Characters disappear, enemies glitch, and collision can be off. Combine that with one-hit deaths and it can be frustrating. Once Upon a Puppet has great style and atmosphere. The puppetry theme is clever, and the presentation sticks with it throughout. But the gameplay, story, and polish don't match that effort. It's an okay platformer with solid ideas, but none of them go far enough. What's here works, and it's worth checking out if you like this kind of thing, but it never really breaks away from the pack. The technical issues only make that clearer. It's a decent debut, but not one that sticks for long. For more, check out our reviews of the 100-Line Last Defense Academy or Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Thanks for watching.